friends, this is Dr. Chandrakant Jurkar welcomes you for SY BTech Civil Engineering course. At this level, I will be dealing with the subject Building Technology and Materials. In this lecture, we'll discuss types of buildings as per NBC, that is National Building Code. So very first, we'll discuss what is National Building Code. So this National Building Code, abbreviated as NBC, is a comprehensive building code which is national instrument providing guidelines for regulating the building construction activity across the country. So it dictates upon various types of guidelines for regulating building construction activity across the world. The first revision of this National Building Code was done in the year 1970. This code mainly contains administrative regulations, development control rules, and general building requirements, fire safety requirements, stipulations regarding materials, structural design, and construction, including safety and plumbing services. So this National Building Code, it covers all the rules and regulations which are required to be followed by the construction industry. Now coming to definition of the building. So as per National Building Code of India 1970, the building is defined as any structure for whatsoever its purpose may be and whatsoever its material may be, and constructed every part of it may or may not be used for human habitation, and which includes different building component parts which are well known to you, maybe foundation, plinth, walls, floors, roofs, plumbing and building services, fixed platforms, verandas, balconies, or projection. All these components which I'll discuss in the next lecture, what are these components, but includes all these components. Also it includes doors, windows, staircase, etc. This is called as building. So in simple words you can say building is nothing but any structure. It may be constructed of any material, whatever its purpose may be, and may or may not be used for human habitation, is termed as building as per National Building Code. Now coming to types of the building. So as per National Building Code 1970, the buildings are classified based on occupancy as follows. So buildings are classified into 9 groups, starting from group A to group I. So group A is residential buildings, group B is educational buildings, group C institutional buildings, group D assembly buildings, group E business buildings, group F mercantile buildings, group G industrial buildings, group H storage buildings, and group I hazardous building. So this is the classification based on occupancy of building as per NBC of India 1970. So we will discuss one by one. So very first classification is group A, residential building. So at this level you should remember what is group A. Group A is nothing but residential building, or residential building comes under group A, because at this level MCQ type of questions will be asked to understand or to assess you people. So these residential buildings are those buildings in which sleeping accommodation is provided for normal residential purposes, with or without cooking or dining or both facilities, except any building classified under institutional building. So residential building means what? Normally we used to say the building in which various types of activities like sleeping is there, studying is there, cooking is there, dining is there, right? These activities are conducted. So but residential building is the building in which sleeping activities provided, mainly sleeping activities provided. It may be provided with cooking, it may be provided with dining, or may not be provided with cooking or dining. So, except institutional building, because institutional buildings are meant sometimes to take the rest. Rest means for sleeping purpose. So, whatever buildings are coming under institutional building, those are excluded from this residential building. So, further, these group A buildings are subdivided as lodging or rooming houses. So in case of lodging, so it is meant for sleeping purpose, to take the rest. Sometimes cooking is there, sometimes dining is there, or may not be provided with cooking or dining. So this comes under class A or group A. Then one or two family private dwellings. So private dwellings, this comes under this group A. Dormitories, apartment houses, that is flats, and last is hotels. So this comes under group A, or you can say residential building. Now next is group B, that is educational building. As its name suggests, the building which are used for educational purposes comes under educational building. So this includes any building used for educational purpose, that is school, college, or daycare purpose for more than 8 hours per week, involving assembly for instruction, education, or recreation, and which is not covered by group D, that is assembly building. Assembly building means the building which meant for assembly purposes. So here educational buildings are useful for educational purposes, as well as there is assembly, and this assembly is meant for instruction purpose, maybe for education purpose or recreation purpose. Now next group is group C, institutional buildings. These include any building or part thereof which is required for the purposes such as medical or other treatment or care of person suffering from physical or mental illness, diseases, or infirmity, care of infants, aged persons, and for penal or correctional detention in which liberty if inmates is restricted. So in the COVID period, already we used to say that in institutional buildings, people are quarantined. So institutional building means the building where medical facilities are there, or treatment facilities are there, or care of person is taken suffering from various types of diseases. So this comes under institutional building. Institutional buildings ordinarily provide sleeping accommodation for the occupants. So similar to group A, here also sleeping accommodation is provided, but this means only for medical or treatment facilities. So buildings of group C are further subdivided as hospitals and sanitaria, custodial institutions, and penal institutions. Now group D, assembly, this group D, it covers assembly buildings. So this includes any buildings where group of people congregate or gather for pleasure, recreation, social, religious, patriotic, civil, travel, and similar purposes. For example, theaters, motion picture houses, assembly halls, auditoria, exhibition halls, museums, skating rinks, gymnasium, restaurant, places of worship, dance halls, club rooms, passenger stations, and terminals of air, surface, and marine public transportation service, recreation piers, and stadia. All this comes under assembly buildings. So in simple words, you can say assembly buildings means where the buildings where people gather for various activities related to pleasure, maybe recreation, maybe social activities, maybe religious activities, maybe patriotic purpose, maybe civil purpose, also may come together for travel purpose, comes under this assembly building. Now group E is business buildings. This includes any building or part of a building which is used for the transaction of how business other that covered by mercantile buildings for the keeping of accounts and records and similar purposes. Doctors and dentists, unless these are covered by provision of institutional buildings, service facilities such as newsstands, launch counters serving less than 100 persons, barber shops and beauty parlors comes under business building. City halls, town halls, courthouses and libraries should be classified under this. So far as the principal function of this is transaction of public business and the keeping of books and records. So building where transaction is done and book and the keeping of books and record is done, it comes under business buildings. Wherever any sort of transaction is done, keeping of books and records is done, is comes under business building. Group F, mercantile building. This include any building or part of a building which is used as shops, store markets, may be used for display and sale of commodities, either wholesale or retails. So what is mercantile building? The buildings which are used for display purpose or sale of commodities, maybe in terms of wholesale or maybe in terms of retail, comes under mercantile building. So various types of offices, storages, service facilities incidental to the sale of products and located in the same building should be included under this group. So very easily you can understand this mercantile building, the buildings which are used for display of the commodities or sale of the commodities, maybe in terms of retail, maybe in terms of wholesale. Now groups G, that is industrial buildings. These include any building or part of a building or structure in which products or materials of all kinds and properties are fabricated, assembled or processed. For example, assembly plants, laboratories, dry cleaning plants, power plants, pumping stations, smoke houses, gas plants, refineries, dairies and sawmills comes under industrial building. In simple words, you can remember as industrial building means the buildings where fabrication is done, the building where assembly is possible or where various types of processes, manufacturing processes are done, comes under this industrial building. Now next is group H, storage building. As its name suggests, where storage is done. So this includes any building or part of building used primarily for the storage of sheltering, including serving, processing or repairs incidental to storage of goods, wares or merchandise, except those that involve highly combustible or explosive products or materials, vehicles or animals, for example, warehouses, cold storage, freight depot, transit sheds, storehouses, truck and marine terminals, garages, hangars, grain elevators, barns and stables all comes under storage building. Means the buildings where storage of any commodity or any material is done, except the commodities or material which are highly combustible or explosive, comes under this storage building. Now last group is group I, that is hazardous buildings. These include any building or part of a building which is used for the storage, handling, manufacture or processing of highly combustible or explosive materials or products which are liable to burn with extreme rapidity and or which produces poisonous fumes or explosion, comes under hazardous building. So in case of hazardous building, all the hazardous materials may be poisonous, may be explosive. It is stored and it comes under this hazardous buildings. So this is about classification based on accommodation. Now classification of building based on construction. So the second classification based on the type of construction which is indirectly considered by the fire resistance. So how much fire resistance is provided in the building based on this? These are the types of buildings. So in all four types are there. Type 1 that provide 4-hour fire resistance. Type 2 that provide 3-hour fire resistance. Type 3 that provide 2-hour fire resistance, and type 4 that provides 1-hour fire resistance. So based on the fire resistance provided, this is the classification. Thank you.